Welcome to BIC's memory map on phenol. In this memory map, we are going to understand about phenol introduction, classification of phenol, different methods of preparation of phenol along with its physical properties. Come, let us start. Phenol molecular formula is C6H5OH. Phenol is also called carbolic acid. In fact, 5% solution of phenol is called carbolic acid. Now, let's look into the structural formula of phenol. As you can see in the structure, it is containing the benzene ring having alternate double bonds, of which 5 carbon atoms of the benzene ring is having direct linkage with 1 hydrogen each, and the first carbon atom is linked with the OH group. Therefore, the IUPAC name of phenol we can call is hydroxybenzene. Now, let's look into classification of phenol, which is purely based on the number of OH groups present in the molecule of phenol. First category in that is monohydric phenol. As the name indicates, it is containing only one OH group in its molecule. The second one, dihydric phenol. They contain 2 OH groups in their molecule. Trihydric phenol, and they are made up of 3 OH groups in their molecule. Now let's look into some of the examples of monohydric phenol. Means they will all contain one OH group in their molecule. The first example, as we can see here, is the simple phenol, hydroxybenzene, wherein benzene ring is linked with only one OH group. In the second example, to the same phenol structure, in the ortho position, that means second carbon atom position, a nitro group has got linked. Therefore, this structure is called orthonitrophenol. What will be the molecular formula of orthonitrophenol? C6H4OH, and in the ortho position NO2. Then the third example, to the same phenol structure, in the ortho position it is linked with CH3, the methyl group. So we can call this as 2-methylphenol or 2-methyl-1-hydroxybenzene, and it's popularly called orthocresol. Its molecular formula will be C6H4OH and CH3. Now let's look into few examples of dihydric phenol. All of them will contain 2 OH groups in their molecule. In all the 3 structures that we see here, benzene ring is linked with 2 OH group. Now let's take up individual examples. In this case, the first carbon atom and the second carbon atom is linked with 2 OH group. Therefore, we can call this as benzene 1,2 diol or else as 1,2 dihydroxybenzene. Both are correct IUPAC name, and it is popularly called catechol. And what will be the molecular formula? C6H4OH twice. Similarly, this structure contains the OH group linked for the first and the third carbon atom. So we can call this as benzene 1,3 diol or else as resorcinol. Again, the molecular formula will be the same as C6H4OH. Now we have to add M and then one OH there, which indicates meta position also is having one OH group attached. Again, here we have in the structure, the first and the fourth carbon atom is linked with one OH each. Therefore, we call it as benzene 1,4 diol, or else we can also call it as 1,4 dihydroxybenzene, and it is popularly called hydroquinone or quinone. Students, please remember, each structure will be a question for 1 mark. They might ask you to write the structure by giving the name, or else they might ask you to write the IUPAC name by giving their trivial popular nomenclature. So either of the way, practicing these structures are very important. Now let's look into few examples of trihydric phenol wherein they are made up of 3 OH groups in their molecule. Now in the structure we find benzene ring is attached with 3 OH groups with respect to the first carbon atom, second carbon atom and the third carbon atom. Therefore we can call this as benzene 1, 2, 3 triol, or popularly it is called pyrogalol. Again in the second example, benzene ring is linked with 3 OH groups with respect to the first carbon, second carbon and fourth carbon. Therefore, we can call it as benzene 1, 2, 4 triol, or else as 1, 2, 4 trihydroxybenzene. This is popularly also called hydroxyquinol. Here, dear student, I would like to draw your attention. Don't you get confused between hydroquinone and hydroxyquinol. Hydroxyquinol is a trihydric phenol, whereas hydroquinone is a dihydric phenol. Hydroquinone is 1, 4 dihydroxybenzene. Now let's look into the third example. In the benzene ring, we find OH being linked for the first carbon atom, third carbon atom and the fifth carbon atom. Therefore, we will call this by the name as benzene 1, 3, 5 triol, or else by the name as 1, 3, 5 trihydroxybenzene, which is popularly called fluoroglycinol. As I told you, for the dihydric phenol wherein the structures and the nomenclature are important, same thing holds good even in case of trihydric phenol. Practice all of them. Now let's look into the different methods of preparation of phenol. Phenol can be prepared by 4 different methods. Now let's understand the first method, that is from haloarenes. What are haloarenes? Halogen attached to the aromatic ring are called haloarenes. Now let's look into the method of obtaining phenol from haloarenes. The starting material is going to be chlorobenzene. That means benzene ring is linked with Cl group. So now for the chlorobenzene, it has to be fused with sodium hydroxide at a temperature of about 623 Kelvin and applying a pressure of around 300 to 320 atmosphere, so that we will get sodium phenate. That is the sodium salt of phenol, which upon acidification will give phenol. Acidification can be carried out with either HCl or with sulfuric acid. In fact, we are talking with respect to Dow's process. Now let's look into the reaction equation. Chlorobenzene, benzene ring linked with Cl. Formula will be C6H5Cl plus NaOH at a temperature of 623 Kelvin and applying a pressure of 300 to 320 atmosphere. The first product we are going to get will be sodium phenate, otherwise we can also call it as sodium phenoxide. Structurally, there is no much difference excepting whether we are indicating in the molecular form or in the ionic form, wherein the sodium end will have the positive charge and the oxygen end will have negative charge. If we write it without these charges, then we will call it as sodium phenate. Now what is the molecular formula of sodium phenate? C6H5ONa. So now this we got is the sodium salt of the phenol. This upon acidification will yield us phenol. What happens on acidification is that Na will react with Cl and comes out as Cl. H will take the place of Na. Now we will end up in the formation of phenol, which is C6H5OH. So this is the expected equation out of you to get complete 2 marks. Now let's look into the second method of preparation of phenol, starting from benzene sulfonic acid. Now here the first step will be to obtain benzene sulfonic acid from benzene by the process of sulfonation, and furthermore we need to treat it with sodium hydroxide in the molten state, so that we will be able to obtain sodium phenate, which upon acidification will yield us phenol. So the first step is sulfonation carried out with the help of oleum, so that benzene gets converted to benzene sulfonic acid, and this on treatment with molten sodium hydroxide will give sodium phenoxide, which on acidification will give phenol. Now let's look into the reaction equation. Benzene C6H6 in presence of oleum. Fuming sulfuric acid, we call it as oleum H2S2O7, which upon sulfonation, benzene upon sulfonation with oleum gets converted into benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene ring attached with SO3H is benzene sulfonic acid. C6H5SO3H is its molecular formula. First treatment is with molten sodium hydroxide, which will give sodium phenate. This upon acidification will yield phenol. Because we are writing step 1 and step 2 above and below the arrow, finally we can show the formation of phenol without showing the formation of sodium phenate. Still you will get complete 2 marks. This is the equation expected out of you. Now let's look into the third method of preparation of phenol from diazonium salt. N double bond N is there along with the halogen attached to that, then we call it as a diazonium salt. If this diazonium salt has got attachment with benzene ring, then we call it as benzene diazonium salt. That halogen can be any halogen, maybe chlorine or maybe fluorine, anything can be attached to this. Then accordingly we change the name as benzene diazonium chloride if it is Cl, benzene diazonium bromide if it is Br, and benzene diazonium iodide if it is I. Now let's look into the method of obtaining phenol from diazonium salt. The method is very simple. Diazonium salt has to be hydrolyzed either by warming with water or with dilute acids. Now let's look into the reaction equation starting from benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene ring linked with N2 and Cl. This N would be linked with another N by means of double bond, and the halogen present is Cl. Therefore, we call it as benzene diazonium chloride. Molecular formula will be C6H5N2Cl. Warming with water or the same can be done even with dilute acid. Then what happens is that we will land up in the formation of phenol. In the process, N2 gets liberated. Hydrogen will link with the Cl and comes out as HCl. Thus we obtained the formation of phenol. Now let us understand the method of obtaining a benzene diazonium chloride, and that is done by a process called diazotization. What is diazotization? It is the process of obtaining a diazonium salt. Now to obtain benzene diazonium chloride, what is that we are going to do? Very simple. Our starting material will be an primary aromatic amine, and the amine considered in this case is aniline or benzenamine, wherein NH2 is directly linked with benzene ring. It is treated with sodium nitrite and HCl in ice cold condition so that we will end up in the formation of nitrous acid. HNO2 is nitrous acid. How do we get this nitrous acid? Sodium nitrite is treated with HCl at ice cold condition, that means at a temperature of 273 Kelvin to 278 Kelvin or 0 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. So when we treat sodium nitrite with HCl, this NO2 and H will combine forming nitrous acid, Na will combine with Cl forming NaCl. Now this will further react with aniline. Now let's look into the reaction equation. Aniline, wherein benzene ring is linked with NH2. Formula is C6H5NH2. This is also called benzenamine or aminobenzene. Both are correct IUPAC nomenclature. We now learnt how do we get nitrous acid, that is by treating HCl and sodium nitrite solution. Again further reacts with HCl at the same low temperature, that is 0 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin to 278 Kelvin. Then we obtain benzene diazonium chloride, that is C6H5N2Cl along with formation of 2 molecules of water. So this process of obtaining a diazonium salt is called diazotization. Because it is benzene diazonium chloride, we need to definitely consider a aromatic amine. So now how to obtain phenol? This we have already studied. From benzene diazonium chloride, we just need to warm it either with water or with dilute acid to obtain phenol. So this is the third method of obtaining phenol. This is again an important question for 2 marks. Now let's look into the last method of obtaining phenol, that is from cumene. What is cumene? Cumene is chemically nothing but isopropyl benzene. Cumene process is a very important process for obtaining phenol, and in fact it is the commercial method of obtaining phenol, because in this method not just simply phenol is obtained, it is associated with the formation of acetone or propanone. Now let's look into the process. Cumene is oxidized in presence of air first to obtain cumene hydroperoxide. Cumene hydroperoxide is then acidified with dilute acid to obtain phenol and acetone. Now let's look into the reaction equation which the students are expected to write. Cumene, that is isopropyl benzene. Let's have a look at the structure. Benzene ring is attached with the central carbon atom C, which in turn is attached with 2 other methyl group on either of its side. Therefore, this structure we call it as cumene or isopropyl benzene. So, cumene is oxidized in presence of air. We have to show O2 at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius to 130 degrees Celsius to obtain cumene hydroperoxide. How to remember this? If you observe the structure, this CH3 is intact, this C is also intact, this CH3 is also intact. What extra has happened here is this 2 oxygen takes a linkage in between the C and H. So you have COOH. Now this is not a carboxylic acid. Even carboxylic acid will have the formula as COOH. In case of carboxylic acid, both the oxygen atom would be linked with the carbon atom, wherein one oxygen would be linked by double bond and the other oxygen by single bond. But if you observe the structure here, carbon is linked with one oxygen, this in turn is linked with another oxygen, which in turn is linked with H. This H was already there. So what extra you need to write for writing cumene hydroperoxide? Insert these 2 oxygen in between this C and H. Then you can remember that it is cumene hydroperoxide. This upon further acidification at about 100 degrees Celsius, either by taking H2SO4 or dilute hydrochloric acid, we will be able to carry out the process of acidification. So when we do this, what actually happens here is that the bond between the benzene ring carbon atom and this carbon atom of the isopropyl group, this bond cleaves and these two will get separated. Again there is one more cleavage here between this oxygen and this oxygen. So now this entire molecule gets separated. Carbon has suffered one bond loss, oxygen also has suffered one bond loss. So in order to maintain their valency, this carbon and oxygen gets linked by means of double bond. So now we have CH3CO CH3, that is acetone or propanone, which is an associated product that results. Now this O and H, the oxygen gets linked with the carbon of the benzene ring, as you can see here. Thus we will land up in the formation of phenol. So cumene process is a very important method of obtaining phenol, and it is the commercial method of obtaining phenol. This would be a definite question for 2 marks, wherein the students are expected to write the statement as I already showed to you and the equation to be written like this. And remember, I have simplified the process of remembering this equation. Now let's look into understanding of the physical properties of phenol. Very important physical property is phenols are all having high boiling point. Let's look into the reason for this. The OH group of phenol will be involved in intermolecular hydrogen bonding. That means there will be attachment between the oxygen atom of one phenol molecule with the hydrogen atom of another phenol molecule, which results in the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, which causes association of the phenols. As a result, To break the hydrogen bonds, it requires too much of heat. Naturally, the temperature rises and thus phenols will be having high boiling point. Now let's look into the second important physical property, that is phenols are having the ability to be dissolved in water. Phenols are soluble in water. What is the reason for this? Phenols have the ability to form hydrogen bond with water molecules. So this enables the phenol to be dissolved in water. These two physical properties would be a question for give reason, 1 mark each. So thus with the help of memory map we have understood about phenol introduction, classification of phenol with examples, methods of preparation of phenol along with its physical properties. To have a complete understanding of the lesson, it is advisable to go through all the different maps of phenol and practice well. Wish you all the best.